Oh, I know that's right. I know we're going to have another phenomenal call today. It just keeps going, and it just keeps getting better, and we're so thankful. We're on the move, you know. Coach Bob says we have a charge, and we have a charge to share. Who else is with us this morning? Who's sharing?
Hello, 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 Lady Di. This is Anita Poole from the UK.
Anita Poole way across the road.
Across the pond.
Say no, across the pond, huh? Well, welcome, Anita. You're always welcome.
Thank you very much. You do such a wonderful, wonderful job at welcoming us. It's fantastic. Thank you.
Sweetheart, you're such a blessing. Listen, callers. Who else is with us this morning?
Jesse Bowden.
Jesse's in the house. Faithful Jesse. You can always count on Jesse. Hi,
well,
how are
you
this morning?
all is good over here on my end, and thank you. Glad to be on the thing call.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Good to hear. That's always good news.
Top of the morning, First Lady D.
Oh,
Maureen, I recognize that lovely voice.
Hi, Anita. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Paul. Hi, Payday. Good morning, everybody. It's a lovely morning.
Good morning. It's
good
so
morning,
good to hear your voice. My goodness. How are you, Maureen?
It's lovely to hear your voice. And thank you. It's lovely to hear your voice for a change. It's a blessing.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Amen. Well, we're going somewhere. We're on the move, right?
Yes,
we
are.
Look, we're taking it by force. Well, thank you, everyone, for being on the call. Listen. Who else is in the house?
Marcia Parrish, Atlanta.
Did I hear?
Thornhill from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati's in the house once again. Good morning, Cincinnati. How are you this morning?
Good morning.
Wonderful.
Good. It's good to hear your voice, dear.
Good morning.
This morning.
Good morning from Los Angeles, California. Mama Ify. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Ify. How are you doing this morning?
I'm Mama Ify. I'm not ordinary Ify. You call me Mama Ify.
Mama Ify. Okay,
yes, I'm 80 years. I'm 80 years old plus. Okay.
Amen. Well, thank you, sweetheart, for joining us once again this morning.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. Okay. And who else is with us this morning?
This is Tanya in Atlanta.
Hi, Tanya. I knew there was somebody from Atlanta. Good morning, Tanya.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I am fantastic. Thank you.
All right. That was my father's favorite word, fantastic.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Presentation mode. Well, you know, we're on the move. We're changing lives one spray at a time. We have a charge, and that is to change lives, and we're so thankful for that. Well, once again, we have Pastor. What do you two-star, honey? Okay, star Pastor Dale Wafer on the call this morning. All right, Pastor, take it away.
All right, thank you, Dave, for the call. Welcome everybody to the Team Effort Network call. It's called our Lifestyle Call, and we are so excited that you have joined us today. We have a great company with great people, as you can hear on the phone. People from all over, including the UK, is on the call this morning. And we're here every morning from at 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday, Eastern Time. And we're so excited, so happy to have you on the call with us today. We have a wonderful call that's coming for you. My name is Pastor Dale Wafer, and I host this call with my partner, two-star, Pastor Denise McDowell, who's out of town today in a couple of days on vacation. So we're here today to celebrate all the great testimonies and all the great things that's taking place in the lives of people who are in this company, because we have, even though we have great vitamin sprays and supplement sprays, and we have a trim product to help you lose weight. We have so many different, products as we're helping people to take back their health. The number one product that we have is changing people's lives. And so we're going to hear lives that have been changed and people who have changed their lives. We got coaches, the Nakisha Bond on Monday knocked it out of the park. We have Shakina Day coming up to bat tomorrow. It's going to be great. I'm sure she's always solid. But today we have our very own 1-star, 2-car, Miss Vicki Soto out of Louisville, Kentucky. Vicki, are you with us today?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Hey, you're wonderful. Get away. What you got for us?
Good morning, Vicki.
Good morning, Lady Di and Pastor D. I'm so excited to be on the call because, first of all, I want to say I'm excited, just to be on this call in the first place, because listening to the family coming in on the call, it always makes me smile. I mean, we've got such a wonderful family of people, and listening to the team coming in from the Midwest, I want to send a shout out to all of the people who are in the Midwest as well as the East Coast and California, and Anita across the pond. I'm just so excited. And this weekend we have a Super 10 coming up in Louisville, and during the summer it's kind of hard to pull people together because everybody's going every direction, and we all need vacation. We all need rest and to be able to get away from our regular lives. So it's kind of hard to pull people together. So this is going to be our first real Super 10 for the summer, August 1st. And I'm excited because I just have a feeling that this is going to be a very special training for us. Pastor D, we've been talking about this last few months, the emphasis we want to put on, customer focus. We're trying to build our brand and get the word out. And I'm really excited about that. I run into some funny things this last week, and one of them I want to address because, I think it's something we don't really talk about that much. We get all kinds of different responses from people when we show them our sprays. One of the things we tend to get are objections, and, we talked about this on the Super Saturday, the other Saturday, and went over some, ways to deal with objections. I'm not going to train on objections today. I guess that will come probably in another call. But one of the objections I want to talk about today, because it's not really an objection, it's really a question. And, I always say the questions especially, you should never worry when somebody asks you a question, because that's just a sign that they're interested in knowing more information. It's not meaning that, they are not interested in what you're doing. It's actually just the opposite. If they're asking you about the company, then that's a sign that they're interested in what you're doing. So I want to talk about the question of, and I'm going to call it the myth. There's a myth in network marketing about exclusivity. That's one of them. And also invention, being the first at everything. Those two are myths in our business, and I'm going to explain why. First of all, I had a question from one of my team members. A prospect had asked her, do we have a patent in our company? And I pointed out that, first of all, vitamins have been around for a long time, okay? I took them as a baby, so I know, and I'm not going to even talk about my age, but I would just say they've been around. They've been around. So that's one thing. We didn't invent vitamins and supplements. They were already there. Those ingredients were already there, tried and tested in another form. And then as far as our delivery, intraoral absorption, obviously we did not invent that, because you can find that in the PDR, in the physician's desk reference. They have already tested and tried out intraoral absorption for many, many years, and found out it is the most effective way to administer. So neither one of those are invented. So a patent, and I'm just going to explain what a patent is. In fact, here's the definition. A patent for an invention is the grant of a property right to the inventor issued by the Patent and Trademark Office. So we wouldn't obviously have a patent, okay? But the good news is when you say intraoral absorption to a doctor or a dentist or somebody who understands that, they will definitely know what you're talking about because they're already using that type of administration for important things like nitroglycerin. I don't know if you know this, but on the EMT trucks right now, they're using nitroglycerin to put it in the nose, to spray in the nose so that it absorbs immediately because as we know, intraoral is the fastest absorption, and it's like within seconds, okay? So that's pretty cool. And that right there is a clue that what we're doing is not only cutting edge, but it is also very effective if people are using it, you know, for emergency like heart attacks. That's major, okay? Now, one of the things that we do have, I mean, we don't have a patent, but we do have a brand. And the word brand is very important. And I want you to think about this, you know. This is a definition from entrepreneur.com, okay, one of my favorite magazines. The marketing practice of creating a name, symbol, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from other products, okay? An effective brand strategy gives you a major edge in increasingly competitive markets. Now, I got to say, when I read that, the first time I saw branding was when I was in marketing class many years ago. I'm not going to tell you how many years ago, but branding is very important. In fact, in my marketing class, one of the things the professor said was two of the deciding factors on the success of a company, and I still remember this, are its branding and its distribution. Everybody knows distribution is important because, let's say, for instance, let me give you an example of what I'm saying. My kids love pizza, okay? They were, in fact, when they were very small, they could read any pizza. I mean, pizza anywhere on a bulletin board, they would read it. It cracked me up. You know, there would be something like Krusty's Pizza or whatever on a bulletin board, and they would read the pizza part out of the phrase. That's how much they loved pizza. That was probably one of the first words they learned how to read. But the thing about branding is my kids only wanted Pizza Hut pizza, okay? That brand was important to them. And if I said to them, and I'm going to put this to you guys, if you said to your kids today, would you rather go to Pizza Hut or would you rather go to Krusty's Pizza Parlor? What would they say? I mean, obviously the commercials, the marketing, everything has pushed Pizza Hut. So they're going to immediately go with what they know, what they've seen, and that's the power of branding, okay? And in Kentucky, we joke about the fact that people call every soda pop, whatever you want to call it in another region. We call it Coke. Okay, do you want a Coke? We refer to Coke as anything that, you know, is bubbly and is branded. You know, if you want a Pepsi here, you almost have to say you want a Coke. It's crazy. So they refer to everything as Coke, and that is a very good branding in our state, okay? That's all I can say. Just like Clorox. We never say bleach, we say Clorox. That's a brand, but it's so important and it's so well known that people use the word Clorox instead of the word bleach. So that's what branding has to do with. Now, I was talking about the myth, you know, the myth of exclusivity and being first. It doesn't matter if Pizza Hut invented pizza. I'm going to tell you now, Pizza Hut did not invent pizza. But here's the thing. Pizza Hut is a very, very profitable and successful pizza business because of their branding and their distribution. You can find a Pizza Hut in every city and probably at most towns because of their distribution. Because here's the thing, if you have an important brand and one that's well known, it won't matter if there's no way to get to it, right? If there's nobody to sell it to you, it's not going to matter how important the brand is. You know, one of the things that I always joke about is, you know, a lot of people know what Bahama Breeze is. It's a restaurant. We used to have a Bahama Breeze in Kentucky, but we don't have one anymore. And that brand, I love that brand, but there's no way I can get to a Bahama Breeze unless I leave the state. So they won't really get that many sales from me because of the distribution problem. There's not that, that way to get to it, to attain that Bahama Breeze food taste that I love and atmosphere, because it's not available. So that's why it's so important that you have those two items, branding and distribution. So when people start asking you questions about the company, point out to them, first of all, we have a brand. 10 is a brand, and we have the logo and everything. And one of the things that I'm working on right now, I'm working on ways for us to be able to get our brand out there more in this area. It's just a matter of exposing the logo, exposing the products, and everybody should be working on this every day. I mean, I'm not talking about just, showing somebody a business card or whatever. I'm talking about we need to pull out those brochures and get them in somebody's hand. We need to start, showing up at the health and expos and markets and everything, and just kind of get our brand out there, because I promise you, all of the people that are in marketing right now, they're doing that. I see them. I see them out there. I see them out there with their roll-ups, and I see them out there with their business cards and brochures and tables and so forth. So we need to do the same, because that's the part that's important. That's what's going to grow our business and increase our sales. Now, as far as exclusivity, let's talk about that second myth, because this is what I love to talk about, because people have a misconception about being exclusive. One of the number one direct selling companies in the world is a makeup company, and you all know of Avon, okay? I'm just going to say their name. Now, people believe that in order for a company to be really successful, they have to be the only one to have a product. Well, I just told you, Pizza Hut is not the only place that makes pizza. Obviously, there are so many pizza parlors in the United States, it's ridiculous. But Avon especially, let me just give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Avon, last year, their revenues were $8.9 billion in sales. Think about that, okay? $8.9 billion. And ask anybody. Makeup can be found anywhere, okay? You can buy makeup in your grocery store now. You can buy it in every discount store. But here's the thing. The distribution and branding of Avon is so huge and has been around for quite some time. I can remember picking on my grandmother, as a matter of fact, from many years ago, about the fact that this little old lady about her age, used to show up at her door every once in a while with, a product that she bought only from, a deodorant product she only bought from Avon, which I thought was really hilarious. You can get that anywhere. But the thing is that the convenience of that distribution, if there's somebody coming to her door, okay, and she already was familiar with the brand, and she was already, she already knew that this brand was dependable for her. That was what was important. So don't get caught up in all of the hype about, well, we've got this new product and, nobody else has it. And yeah, we do. We have a really good way of showing administering vitamins. Excellent, the best way. But it doesn't matter if we're the only ones who do it. It only matters that people know where they can get it, and they understand that our brand is dependable, that it's high quality, that our company is high integrity. Those are the things we want attached to our brand. Those are the things that are important, okay? So be sure to emphasize that we will take care of you. We will show you customer service. We will take care of you, and our brand will continue to grow and prosper. Okay, that is what is important. Now, because of our testimonies, we've got so many testimonies for a company that hasn't been out there for that long. Division. Our company has been around for a while, but our division is so new. But we have hundreds and hundreds of testimonies. So we already know that we have a quality product, and we already know that we can stand behind our brand. Now it's just a matter of us getting out there and spreading the word and showing our logo and showing our brand. And one of the things that Mel had talked to us about, some time ago is when he first built this brand, when they first came up with the beautiful colors that we have and the awesome website and everything else, his intention was to make something that was easy for people to recognize. And you got to admit, we have a gorgeous logo. Everything that we make is beautiful. The new trim box, I absolutely love. Mel talked about how they, went to all this trouble to make sure that we had a design that was very attractive, very noticeable, very recognizable. And you got to admit, that trim box, they hired a special person to design that packaging. It is awesome. So I love that when I've set up a table recently, I had the trim boxes out there and I was very proud. I pushed them to the front because I wanted people to see the colors and be curious, what is that? And it really did attract people to my table because it looks like something that they've never seen, but it's very attractive. And that, I want to give kudos to our CEO and Lady Amy on how they are able to come up with these ideas for attracting people to our business, because it's really all about attraction. So those are two ways that I want to, kind of kill the myth. Don't let people ask you questions about, patents and, the scientists that created the company and this. Just don't even worry about that stuff. That is not even relevant, okay? If somebody asks you that question, just start to tell them about our brand, our testimonies, how dependable we are, how much quality we have in our product, and explain to them that, that what they're asking you about really has nothing to do with what we're doing, okay? So I know, Pastor Dale, that you probably run into people who have said stuff like that to you before. And it's just sort of funny. Are you there, Pastor Dale? But I want to say that another thing I want to say is the testimonies, because we have so many, they're very important to our company. So never ever, and I do mean this, never downplay the testimonies in your events. If you have a TTP, make sure that you have people set up to talk about that. Their results, because those results, those testimonies, those are the things that people want to hear. That's what they're waiting to hear. You can tell them information about the sprays. You can tell them what the ingredients of trim. You can tell them everything that's written on the packages, on the website, everywhere. But that doesn't matter to them. They want validation, okay? They want to know that somebody actually got results. Because believe me, information has no significance until it's validated. That's the truth. And, that's why you have to remember that those testimonies are the most important thing that happens at your event, at your TPPs. Anytime you're with one person, you want to tell them your story. You want to tell them how the product is affecting you, because that's what they want to hear, your validation. And that's all I'm going to say about that, Pastor Dale.
Well, Vicki, that's great information because, branding is so important to anything, as you gave some great examples. And I tell people all the time that, the more and more that we celebrate the brand and we get the brand out there, the more people hear the brand, the easier it gets for people to want to try the brand. If people keep hearing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then you go to them and say, hey, have you ever heard about vitamin sprays? And they say, I don't know. And you go, well, our company is called 10. Oh, wait a minute, 10. Yeah, somebody did tell me about that. The easier it is going to be for you to talk to that person and for that person to want to try the product, because branding is everything. And that's why I tell people so much that you can't get focused on your individual business. You got to look at the overall business of the company and the brand of the company, because when the brand wins, we all win. Okay, we all win. So that's what's so important about getting the brand out, getting the name out. And you're right. They've done some very good job with the graphics and designs, and making it appealing to the eyes, and it needs to catch people's attention. What is this? What is this tint? What is this trim? Because people, they have to be attracted to it first before they really want to embrace it. So branding is very, very important. And just remember, people ask all kinds of questions, and I've had many of the questions asked to me that you've heard as well, Vicki. Well, who is the doctor that manufactures this stuff? And I just look at him and I say, really? Is that important to you? And, oh, yeah. That's important to me. I don't just put anything in my mouth. That's important to me. I said, well, who's the doctor that manufactures those drugs you're taking? Those doctors, you're taking 6 prescription pills every day because your doctor said you need to be on them, and you don't know who manufactures them. You don't even know the name of the company that manufactures them, and you just blindly put those things in your mouth. But when it comes to something like natural, because somebody's bringing it to you like me, all of a sudden you want to scrutinize it and have all of these different comments about it. So you're right. Don't let anybody, make you feel bad about your product or make you feel like you got to be an expert on every detail of the company and its product. Just use reverse logic on them and just give them some examples of what they do in their life already that they don't need that information for. I had a lady tell me one time that she didn't do anything. No, she said, I don't participate in anything that I don't understand. I said, really? I said, do you fly? And she said, oh, yeah, I love flying. I said, do you know how a turbine engine works? And she just looked at me, what does that got to do with it? I said, my point exactly. You get on that plane, you don't even know what kind of engines they have on that plane, let alone do you know how they work. So, you keep people on track, and don't let them go, get in these little rabbit holes with you. You stay focused, you stay above the fray, you talk about the brand, you talk about what these products are doing, let people hear the testimonies of what people are doing and saying. So you're spot on, Vicki. I love it.
Well, when somebody asks me something, what I consider crazy questions, I just love what you just said, because that sounds like something somebody would have said to me. But the crazy questions, I always say the same thing. I don't know. This is what I always say. When somebody says to me, well, who invented the this and that? And I go, I don't know, but it doesn't matter because it works for me. It works for me. It helped me. And then I tell them my story. Okay. I tell them about how I used to take blood pressure medication, and now my blood pressure is down to 118/73. Okay. I said, I can't honestly say there has been anything else in my life that could have helped my blood pressure. I've tried everything, but this spray works for me, So it's all a matter of your own testimony. Don't let people throw you, they're going to come up with some crazy objections and questions and everything else. But here's the thing. As long as they're still talking to you, they're still interested. Don't get thrown by the questions.
Yeah. That's good. Well, 2-star, great having you on. 1-star, projecting 2-star. Good having you on the call today. Always good information from you. Always excited about Tuesdays, no question, when Vicki Soto's on the call. So glad to have you on the call today. And we're going to fly over to Atlanta, Georgia, and we're going to bring on our 1-star, very own Dr. Kevin Vaughn. KV, are you with us?
Absolutely, Pastor. Can you hear me? Vicki Soto, one of the best trainers on the planet. I love it. How y'all doing today? Wow.
Yeah, great.
Incredible. I tell you, what a great call. Always, Pastor, with you guys on the network there. And, of course, Vicki, you just do a great job. And you know the heart of Mel and Amy Gill. I know you know them. It's amazing how powerful and wonderful those people are. We just love Mel and Amy, and we thank God for them each and every day. So thank you so much, guys. Hey, I'm excited, guys. We got a lot happening down here in the Southeast. Just talked to another gentleman up in the Illinois area. He's getting ready to roll with us. He is so excited. Matter of fact, he's out running around right now. We're going to talk this afternoon at 2 o'clock. And we're going to take over Illinois real soon, guys. We're going to take over the South, up in the north area of Illinois. So we're going to be sharing that with you later. But our goal is to get TTPs all over the globe, at least 10 in each state. How about that? Is that a good goal, Vicki? You think at least 10 TTPs going on every week in each state? Come on now.
Yeah.
And I'm with Pastor too, because our goal is to help 1,000 people, right, in each state as soon as possible. And that's what we're doing, guys. So we are so excited about 10, what's going on. You know, everything is exciting. You know, we got the children getting ready to go back to school. Y'all be talking about the mommies, talk to mommies and daddies about getting them on the sprays, guys, getting on a trim. You know, they can take the trim and put it in their juice, you know, put it in their drink, their lunches and so forth. So, you know, help them out, guys. Y'all get the word out. Please network, share. That is the key. Guys, you got to talk to everybody. Please talk to everybody you know. Guys, talk to nurses, doctors. Get involved in your chamber. Guys, getting ready to do some serious networking this week. I've got meetings set up every week, one-on-ones. I'm taking everything out of the house now, Vicki and Pastor. I'm just going out. We're going out to get the people, you know. We still do TTPs at my home, but I'm going out and say, hey, let's set up a TTP at your place. Doing one Thursday, actually, over in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And guys, so continue to network, and just have people set up TTPs for their area. You know, just go right to their home and invite people, have them invite people that they know to their home and get it out there, guys. You've got to share this wonderful opportunity, guys. I keep telling everybody in the Southeast, I'm so excited, Vicki and Pastor, about the Southeast because 48 million people in the Southeast and just in the Southeast states, and we just so excited, and we just looking for partners who want to take over the whole Southeast and keep it moving, guys. So, guys, continue to share. Hey, we got some awesome quotes for you today, and I hope these bless you guys and keep you going and keep you fired up, guys. You've got to stay excited because that is the key to this area. And also, too, as Vicki and Mel and everybody we all know, and Pastor, you got to have fun, right? You got to have fun. If you're not having fun, guys, you need to revisit that or give me a call, and we'll get that resolved real quick. So have fun as you're building this business as well. Hey, our first quote of the day, guys, hope this bless you. It's from Og Mandino. He says, I know one of the greatest principles of success or on success. If I persist long enough, I will win. Woo, ain't that true, Vicki? I love that one, man.
Yeah.
You guys just keep moving. You will. Stay focused on your goals. Write down your goals. Expand your goals. Make your goals happen, guys. That was Og Mandino. Hey, Og has another one. I love this. I know Pastor Denise loves Og Mandino. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. Woo! So, guys, you cannot fail. Just keep moving. Hey, I love this one, too, by J.G. Holland. J.G. Holland says, God gives every bird its food, but he does not throw it into the nest. Woo! I love it. Oh, man, everybody's got to go get their stuff. You hear that? All the birds of the world got to go get their food. And that means, guess what, guys? We have to go after the business. We have to go out and bless people. We got to go out and share our wonderful sprays, our wonderful trim by 10, our wonderful business model that we have, guys. We have the best leaders, the best business model, the best products on the planet, guys. So know that God gives birds its food, but he does not throw it into the nest. That means we got to go get it, guys. So take your wings, take your eagle wings, and get to work today, guys. And my last quote of the day, guys, come from Mr. Norman Vincent Peale. He says, believe in yourself. Have faith. Woo, I love him. We'll say that again. Believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. We want to leave you today, guys. Have faith. And 10, have faith in yourself, guys, and get to work. Back to you guys. I love it. What a great day.
Wow, Kevin, for always time, man. You always give us some great information. Glad to have you on the call today, man. Always. I love Og Mandino. He's a great inspiration. And glad to have you. Yes, 10 PTPs going on. I love the vision, my friend. I love the vision. Well, guys, be back tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for the Show Me the Money call with Mr. T. It's going to be a great call tonight here on the same line, same channel, and we're looking forward to hearing you there. Don't forget tomorrow, same place, same time, right here at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. We'll be back with our coach, Shakina Day. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Get off this phone. Go make something happen. See you tomorrow.
Spread the brand.